Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a retired American professional basketball player who played 20 seasons in the National Basketball Association for the Milwaukee Bucks and Los Angeles Lakers. During his career as a center, Abdul-Jabbar was a record 6-time NBA Most Valuable Player, a record 19-time NBA All-Star, a 15-time All-NBA selection, and an 11-time NBA All-Defensive Team member. A member of 6 NBA championship teams as a player and 2 as an assistant coach, Abdul-Jabbar twice was voted NBA Finals MVP. In 1996, he was honored as one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. NBA coach Pat Riley and players Isiah Thomas and Julius Erving have called him the greatest basketball player of all time. After winning 71 consecutive basketball games on his high school team in New York City, Lew Alcindor attended college at UCLA, where he played on 3 consecutive national championship basketball teams and was a record 3-time MVP of the NCAA Tournament. Drafted by the one-season-old Bucks franchise in the 1969 NBA Draft with the first overall pick, Alcindor spent 6 seasons in Milwaukee. After winning his first NBA championship in 1971, he adopted the Muslim name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at age 24. Using his trademark Skyhook shot, he established himself as one of the league's top scorers. In 1975, he was traded to the Lakers, with whom he played the last 14 seasons of his career and won 5 NBA championships. Abdul-Jabbar's contributions were a key component in the Showtime era of Laker basketball. Over his 20-year NBA career his team succeeded in making the playoffs 18 times and passed the first round in 14 of them. At the time of his retirement in 1989, Abdul-Jabbar was the NBA's all-time leader in points scored, games played, minutes played, field goals made, field goal attempts, blocked shots, defensive rebounds, and personal fouls. He remains the all-time leading scorer in the NBA, and is ranked 3rd all-time in both rebounds and blocks. In 2007 ESPN voted him the greatest center of all time, and in 2008 they named him the greatest player in college basketball history. Abdul-Jabbar has also been an actor, a basketball coach, and a best-selling author. In 2012, he was selected by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton to be a U.S. Global Cultural Ambassador. Early life: Abdul-Jabbar was born Ferdinand Lewis Alcindor, Jr., on April 16, 1947, and grew up in New York City, the only child of Cora Lillian, a department store price checker, and Ferdinand Lewis Alcindor, Sr., a transit police officer and jazz musician. At birth, he weighed 12 pounds, 10 ounces, and was 22.5 inches long. He was raised as a Roman Catholic and attended Powham Memorial Academy, a Catholic high school in Manhattan. In the summer of 1968, while attending UCLA, he took the Shahada twice and converted to Sunni Islam. High school: from an early age he began his record-breaking basketball accomplishments. In high school, which he started as a 6'8" player, he led Powham Memorial Academy to 3 straight New York City Catholic championships, a 71-game winning streak, and a 79-2 overall record. This earned him a nickname the Tower from Power. His 2,067 total points were a New York City high school record. The team won the National High School Boys Basketball Championship when Abdul-Jabbar was in 11th grade, and were runner-up his senior year. College: Lew Alcindor played 4 seasons for the UCLA Bruins. On the freshman team in 1965 66 and from 1966 69 under coach John Wooden, contributing to the team's 3-year record of 88 wins and only 2 losses, one to the University of Houston in which Alcindor had a not fully healed eye injury, and the other to crosstown rival USC who played a stall game. In his first college game Lew set a UCLA single-game record with 56 points. During his college career, Alcindor was twice named Player of the Year. Was a 3-time first-team All-American. Played on 3 NCAA basketball champion teams. Was honored as the most outstanding player in the NCAA Tournament. And became the first ever Naismith College Player of the Year in 1969. in 1967 and 1968. He also won USBWA College Player of the Year, which later became the Oscar Robertson Trophy. Alcindor became the only player to win the Helms Foundation Player of the Year award 3 times. The 1965 Euro 66 UCLA Bruin team was the preseason number 1. But on November 27, 1965, the freshman team led by Alcindor defeated the varsity team 75 Euro 60 in the first game in the new Pauley Pavilion. Alcindor scored 31 points and had 21 rebounds in that game. Alcindor had considered transferring to the University of Michigan, because of unfulfilled promises from recruiting. UCLA player Willie Naws introduced Alcindor and teammate Lucius Allen to businessman Sam Gilbert, who convinced the pair to remain at UCLA. The dunk was banned in college basketball after the 1967 season, primarily because of Alcindor's dominant use of the shot. It was not allowed again until 1976. While playing for UCLA, Alcindor suffered a scratched left cornea on January 12, 1968, at the Cal game when he was struck by Tom Henderson of Cal in a rebound battle. He would miss the next 2 games against Stanford and Portland. This happened right before the momentous game against Houston. His cornea later would be scratched again during his pro career, subsequently causing him to wear goggles for protection. Alcindor boycotted the 1968 Summer Olympics by deciding not to join the United States men's Olympic basketball team that year, protesting the unequal treatment of African Americans in the United States. Along with playing basketball, Alcindor earned a degree in history from UCLA. In his free time he practiced martial arts. He studied Jeet Kune Do under Bruce Lee. Game of the Century. On January 20, 1968, Alcindor and the UCLA Bruins faced the Houston Cougars in the first-ever nationally televised regular-season college basketball game. In front of 52,693 fans at the Houston Astrodome, Elvin Hayes scored 39 points and had 15 rebounds while Alcindor, who suffered from a scratch on his left cornea, was held to just 15 points as Houston beat UCLA 71 69. The Bruins' 47-game winning streak ended in what has been called the Game of the Century. Hayes and Alcindor would have a rematch in the 1968 NCAA Men's Division I basketball tournament where UCLA, with a healthy Alcindor, would defeat Houston in the semi-finals 101 69 and go on to win the national championship. School records. As of the 2011 Euro 12 season, he still holds or shares a number of individual records at UCLA, highest career scoring average, 26.4. Most career field goals, 943. Most points in a season, 870. Highest season scoring average, 29.0. Most field goals in a season, 346. Most free throw attempts in a season, 274. Most points in a single game, 61. Most field goals in a single game, 26. Professional career. Milwaukee Bucks. The Harlem Globetrotters offered Alcindor $1 million to play for them, but he declined, and was picked first in the 1969 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks won a coin toss with the Phoenix Suns for first pick. He was also chosen first overall in the 1969 American Basketball Association draft by the New York Nets. The Nets believed that they had the upper hand in securing Alcindor's services because he was from New York. However, when Alcindor told both the Bucks and the Nets that he would accept one offer only from each team, the Nets bid too low. Sam Gilbert negotiated the contract along with Los Angeles businessman Ralph Shapiro at no charge. After Alcindor chose the Milwaukee Bucks' offer of $1.4 million, the Nets offered a guaranteed $3.25 million. He declined the offer, saying, "A bidding war degrades the people involved. It would make me feel like a flesh peddler, and I don't want to think like that." Lew Alcindor's entry into the NBA was timely, as center Bill Russell had just left the Boston Celtics, and Wilt Chamberlain, though still effective, was 33 years old. Alcindor's presence enabled the 1969 Euro 70 Bucks to claim second place in the NBA's Eastern Division with a 56 Euro 26 record. And he was an instant star, ranking second in the league in scoring and third in rebounding, for which he was awarded the title of NBA Rookie of the Year. The next season, the Bucks acquired All-Star guard Oscar Robertson, known to sports fans as the Big O. Milwaukee went on to record the best record in the league with 66 victories in the 1970 Euro 71 NBA season, including a then-record 20 straight wins. Alcindor was awarded his first of 6 NBA Most Valuable Player awards, along with his first scoring title. He also led the league in total points, with 2,596. In the playoffs, the Bucks went 12 Euro 2, won the championship, and Alcindor was named Finals MVP. On May 1, 1971, the day after the Bucks won the NBA championship, he adopted the Muslim name Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, its translation roughly generous noble, servant of the mighty stern one, that is, of God. He had previously converted to Islam while at UCLA. Abdul-Jabbar remained a dominant force for Milwaukee, repeating as scoring champion and NBA Most Valuable Player the following year, and helping the Bucks to repeat as division leaders for 4 straight years. In 1974, Abdul-Jabbar won his third MVP award in 5 years and was among the top 5 NBA players in scoring, rebounding, blocked shots, and field goal percentage. While remaining relatively injury-free throughout his NBA career, Abdul-Jabbar twice broke his hand. The first time was during a preseason game in 1974, when he was bumped hard and got his eye scratched, which angered him enough to punch the basket support stanchion. When he returned, after missing the first 16 games of the season, he started to wear protective goggles. The second time he broke his hand was in the opening game of the 1977 Euro 78 NBA season. 2 minutes into the game, Abdul-Jabbar punched Milwaukee's Kent Benson in retaliation for an overly aggressive elbow, causing Benson's jaw to be broken. Abdul-Jabbar broke his hand in the incident and was out for 2 months. Otherwise, he could have potentially been suspended by the NBA. Although Abdul-Jabbar always spoke well of Milwaukee and its fans, he said that being in the Midwest did not fit his cultural needs and requested a trade to either New York or Los Angeles in October 1974. Los Angeles Lakers. In 1975, the Lakers acquired Abdul-Jabbar and reserve center Walt Wesley from the Bucks for center Elmer Smith, guard Brian Winters, and rookie blue chippers Dave Meyers and Junior Bridgman. In the 1975 Euro 76 season, his first with the Lakers, he had a dominating season, averaging 27.7 points per game and leading the league in rebounding, blocked shots, and minutes played. His 1,111 defensive rebounds remains the NBA single-season record. Also, it marked the last time anyone had 4,000 or more PRA in a single NBA season. He earned his 4th MVP award, but missed the postseason for the 2nd straight year. Once he joined the Lakers, Abdul-Jabbar began wearing his trademark goggles. Years of battling under NBA backboards, and being hit and scratched in the face in the process, had taken their toll on his eyes, and he developed corneal erosion syndrome, where the eyes begin to dry out easily and cease to produce moisture. He missed 1 game in the 1986 Euro 87 season due to his eyes drying out and swelling as a result. In the 1976 Euro 77 season, Abdul-Jabbar had another strong season. He led the league in field goal percentage, finished second in rebounds and blocked shots, and third in points per game. He helped lead the Lakers to the best record in the NBA, and he won his record-tying 5th MVP award. In the playoffs, the Lakers beat the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference semifinals, setting up a confrontation with the Portland Trail Blazers. The result was a memorable matchup, pitting Abdul-Jabbar against a young, injury-free Bill Walton. Although Abdul-Jabbar dominated the series statistically, Walton and the Trail Blazers swept the Lakers, behind Walton's skillful passing and leadership. Abdul-Jabbar's play remained strong during the next 2 seasons, being named to the All-NBA second team twice, the All-Defense First Team once, and the All-Defense Second Team once. The Lakers, however, continued to be stymied in the playoffs, being eliminated by the Seattle Supersonics in both 1978 and 1979. In 1979, the Lakers acquired first overall draft pick Erving Magic Johnson. The trade and draft paved the way for a Laker dynasty as they went on to become one of the most dominant teams of the 1980s, appearing in the finals 8 times and winning 5 NBA championships. Individually, while Abdul-Jabbar was not the dominant center he had been in the 1970s, he experienced a number of highlight moments. Among them were his record 6th MVP award in 1980, 4 more All-NBA First-Team designations, 2 more All-Defense First-Team designations, the 1985 Finals MVP, and on April 5, 1984 breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record for career points. Later in his career, he bulked up to about 265 pounds, to be able to withstand the strain of playing the highly physical center position into his early 40s. While in LA, Abdul-Jabbar started doing yoga in 1976 to improve his flexibility, and was notable for his physical fitness regimen. He says, "There is no way I could have played as long as I did without yoga." In 1983, Abdul-Jabbar's house burned down, destroying many of his belongings including his beloved jazz LP collection. Many Lakers fans sent and brought him albums, which he found uplifting. On June 28, 1989, after 20 professional seasons, Abdul-Jabbar announced his retirement. On his retirement tour he received standing ovations at games, home and away, and gift ranging from a yacht that said Captain Skyhook to framed jerseys from his basketball career to an Afghan rug. In his biography My Life, Magic Johnson recalls that in Abdul-Jabbar's farewell game, many Lakers and Celtics legends participated. Every player wore Abdul-Jabbar's trademark goggles and had to try a skyhook at least once, which led to comic results. The Lakers made the NBA Finals in each of Abdul-Jabbar's final 3 seasons, defeating Boston in 1987, and Detroit in 1988. The Lakers lost to the Pistons in a 4-game sweep in his final season. At the time of his retirement, Abdul-Jabbar held the record for most games played by a single player in the NBA. This would later be broken by Robert Parrish. He also was the all-time record holder for most points, most field goals made, and most minutes played. Post-NBA career. Since 2005, Abdul-Jabbar has served as special assistant coach for the Lakers. Abdul-Jabbar had been interested in coaching since his retirement, and given the influence he had on the league, he thought that the opportunity would present itself. However, during his playing years, Abdul-Jabbar had developed a reputation of being introverted and sullen. He did not speak to the press, leading to the impression that he disliked them. In his biography My Life, Magic Johnson recalls instances when Abdul-Jabbar brushed him off when Magic asked for his autograph. Abdul-Jabbar froze out reporters who gave him a too enthusiastic handshake or even hugged him, and refused to stop reading the newspaper while giving an interview. Many basketball observers, in addition to Abdul-Jabbar, believe that Kareem's reticence, whether through disdain for the press corps or simply because of introversion, contributed to the dearth of coaching opportunities offered to Abdul-Jabbar by the NBA. In his words, he said he had a mindset he could not overcome, and proceeded through his career oblivious to the effect his reticence may have had on his coaching prospects in the future. Abdul-Jabbar said, "I didn't understand that I also had affected people that way, and that's what it was all about. I always saw it like they were trying to pry. I was way too suspicious and I paid a price for it." Since he began lobbying for a coaching position in 1995, he has managed to obtain only low-level assistant and scouting jobs in the NBA, and a head coaching position only in a minor professional league. Abdul-Jabbar has worked as an assistant for the LA Clippers and the Seattle Supersonics, helping mentor, among others, their young centers, Michael Olowokandi and Jerome James. Abdul-Jabbar was the head coach of the Oklahoma Storm of the United States Basketball League in 2002, leading the team to the league's championship that season, but he failed to land the head coaching position at Columbia University a year later. He then worked as a scout for the New York Knicks. Finally, on September 2, 2005, he returned to the Lakers as a special assistant to Phil Jackson to help the Lakers centers, and in particular their young draftee Andrew Bynum. Abdul-Jabbar's influence has been credited with Bynum's emergence as a more talented NBA center. Abdul-Jabbar has also served as a volunteer coach at Alchesay High School on the Fort Apache Indian Reservation in Hitah River, Arizona in 1998. Player profile: Abdul-Jabbar played the center position and is regarded as one of the best of all time. He is the all-time leading NBA scorer with 38,387 points, having collected 6 championship rings, 6 regular season MVP and 2 Finals MVP awards, 15 NBA first or second teams, a record 19 NBA All-Star call-ups and averaging 24.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, 3.6 assists and 2.6 blocks per game. He is ranked as the NBA's third leading all-time rebounder. He is also the third all-time in registered blocks, which is even more impressive because this stat had not been recorded until the 4th year of his career. On offense, Abdul-Jabbar was an unstoppable low-post threat. In contrast to other low-post dominators like Wilt Chamberlain, Artis Gilmore or Shaquille O'Neal, Abdul-Jabbar was a relatively slender player, standing 7'2" inches but only weighing 225 lbs. However, he made up for his relative lack of bulk by showing textbook finesse, strength and was famous for his ambidextrous skyhook shot, which defenders found impossible to block. It contributed to his high .559 field goal accuracy, making him the 8th most accurate scorer of all time and a feared clutch shooter. Abdul-Jabbar was also quick enough to run the Showtime fast break led by Magic Johnson and was well conditioned, standing on the hardwood an average 36.8 minutes. In contrast to other big men, Abdul-Jabbar also could reasonably hit his free throws, finishing with a career 72% average. On defense, Abdul-Jabbar maintained a dominant presence. He was selected to the NBA All-Defensive Team 11 times. He frustrated opponents with his superior shot-blocking ability, denying an average 2.6 shots a game. As a teammate, Abdul-Jabbar exuded natural leadership and was affectionately called Cap, or Captain by his colleagues. He was also known for his strict fitness regime, which made him one of the most durable players of all time. In the NBA, his 20 seasons and 1,560 games are performances surpassed only by former Celtics center Robert Parrish. Abdul-Jabbar made the NBA's 35th and 50th anniversary teams, and was named one of the 50 greatest players of all time in 1996. Lakers coach Pat Riley once said, "Why judge anymore? When a man has broken records, won championships, endured tremendous criticism and responsibility, why judge? Let's toast him as the greatest player ever." Isiah Thomas remarked, "If they say the numbers don't lie, then Kareem is the greatest ever to play the game." Julius Erving in 2013 said, "In terms of players all time, Kareem is still the #1 guy. He's the guy you got to start your franchise with." Skyhook: Abdul-Jabbar was well known for his trademark skyhook, a hook shot in which he bent his entire body like a straw in one fluid motion to raise the ball and then release it at the highest point of his arm's arching motion. Combined with his long arms and great height, 7 feet 2 inches, the skyhook was difficult for a defender to block without goaltending. It was a reliable and feared defensive weapon and contributed to his high lifetime field goal percentage of .559. He was adept at shooting the skyhook with either hand, which made him even more difficult to defend against, though as a right-handed player he was stronger shooting the skyhook with his right hand than he was with his left. According to Abdul-Jabbar, he learned the move in 5th grade after practicing with the Meekan drill and soon learned to value it, as it was the only shot I could use that didn't get smashed back in my face. NBA statistics: for a comprehensive listing of Abdul-Jabbar's statistics, see List of career achievements by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, NBA career and statistics, regular season, playoffs, athletic honors. Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, College, Tour, Associated Press College Basketball Player of the Year, Tour, Oscar Robertson Trophy winner, Tour, UPI College Basketball Player of the Year, 3-time First-Team All-American, 3-time NCAA Champion, Most Outstanding Player in NCAA Tournament, Naismith College Player of the Year, National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame. National Basketball Association, Rookie of the Year, 6-time NBA Champion, NBA MVP, Sporting News NBA MVP, Finals MVP, Sports Illustrated Magazine's Sportsman of the Year, one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history, first player in NBA history to play 20 seasons, number 7 in Slam Magazine's Top 50 NBA Players of All Time in 2009. November 16, 2012, a statue of Abdul-Jabbar was unveiled in front of Staples Center on Chick-Hearn Court, in Los Angeles. Film and television. Playing in Los Angeles facilitated Abdul-Jabbar's trying his hand at acting. He made his film debut in Bruce Lee's 1972 film Game of Death, in which his character Hakeem fights Billy Lowe. In 1980, he played co-pilot Roger Murdoch in Airplane. Abdul-Jabbar has a scene in which a little boy looks at him and remarks that he is in fact Abdul-Jabbar, spoofing the appearance of football star Elroy Crazy-Legs Hirsch as an airplane pilot in the 1957 drama 0 Hour. Staying in character, Abdul-Jabbar states that he is merely Roger Murdoch, an airline co-pilot, but the boy continues to insist that Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest, but that, according to his father, he doesn't work hard on defense, and never really tries, except during the playoffs. This causes Abdul-Jabbar's character to snap, "The hell I don't." Then grab the boy, and Snowley has heard the crap since UCLA, he busts his buns every night, and the boy should tell his old man to drag Bill Walton and Bob Lanier up and down the court for 48 minutes. When Murdoch loses consciousness later in the film, he is carried from the cockpit wearing Abdul-Jabbar's goggles and yellow Lakers shorts. Abdul-Jabbar has had numerous other television and film appearances, often playing himself. He has had roles in movies such as Fletch, Troop Beverly Hills and Forget Paris, and television series such as Full House, Living Single, Amen, Everybody Loves Raymond, Martin, Different Strokes, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Scrubs, 21 Jump Street, Emergency, Man from Atlantis, and New Girl. Abdul-Jabbar played a genie in Lamp in a 1984 episode of Tales from the Dark Side. He also played himself on the February 10, 1994 episode of the sketch comedy television series In Living Color. He also appeared in the television version of Stephen King's The Stand, played the Archangel of Basketball and Slam Dunk Ernest, and had a brief non-speaking cameo appearance in Basketball. Abdul-Jabbar was also the co-executive producer of the 1994 TV movie The Vernon Johns Story. He has also made appearances on The Colbert Report, in a 2006 skit called Hip Hop Football 2, The Re-Jazzabration Remix 06, and in 2008 as a stage manager who is sent out on a mission to find Nazi gold. Abdul-Jabbar also voiced his own character in a 2011 episode of The Simpsons titled Love is a Many-Strangled Thing. He had a recurring role as himself on the NBC series Guys with Kids, which aired from 2012 to 2013. On Al Jazeera English he expressed his desire to be remembered not just as a player, but somebody who had many talents and used them. Abdul-Jabbar was selected to appear in the 2013 ABC reality series Splash, a celebrity diving competition. Abdul-Jabbar has also created the 2011 documentary On the Shoulders of Giants, based on the all-black basketball team the New York Renaissance. Abdul-Jabbar has also appeared with Robert Hayes in a 2014 airplane parody commercial promoting Wisconsin tourism. As author, Abdul-Jabbar is also a best-selling author. His first book, his autobiography Giant Steps, was written in 1983 with co-author Peter Nobila. His latest is On the Shoulders of Giants, My Journey Through the Harlem Renaissance, co-written with Raymond Obstfeld. His previous book, Brothers in Arms, The Epic Story of the 761st Tank Battalion, WWII's Forgotten Heroes, co-written with Anthony Walton, is a history of an all-black armored unit that served with distinction in Europe. Bibliography, Giant Steps, with Peter Nobler ISBN 0-553-05044-3, Kareem, with Mignon McCarthy ISBN 0-394-55927-4, selected from Giant Steps ISBN 0-7857-9912-5, Black Profiles and Courage, A Legacy of African American Achievement, with Alan Steinberg ISBN 0-688-13097-6, A Season on the Reservation, My Sojourn with the White Mountain Apaches, with Stephen Singular ISBN 0-688-17077-3, Brothers in Arms, The Epic Story of the 761st Tank Battalion, WWII's Forgotten Heroes with Anthony Walton ISBN 978-0-7679-0913-6, On the Shoulders of Giants, My Journey Through the Harlem Renaissance with Raymond Obstfeld ISBN 978-1-4165-3488-4, What Color is My World? The Lost History of African American Inventors with Raymond Obstfeld ISBN 978-0-7636-4564-9, audiobook, On the Shoulders of Giants, An Audio Journey Through the Harlem Renaissance 8 CD Set Volume 1 A4, with Avery Brooks, Jesse L. Martin, Maya Angelou, Herbie Hancock, Billy Crystal, Charles Barkley, James Worthy, Julius Erving, Jerry West, Clyde Drexler, Bill Russell, Coach John Wooden, Stanley Crouch, Quincy Jones and other chart-topping musicians, as well as legendary actors and performers such as Samuel L. Jackson. ISBN 978-0-615-18301-5. In 2007, Abdul-Jabbar participated in the national UCLA alumni commercial entitled My Big UCLA Moment. The UCLA commercial is featured on YouTube. On February 10, 2011, Abdul-Jabbar debuted his film On the Shoulders of Giants, documenting the tumultuous journey of the famed yet often overlooked Harlem Renaissance professional basketball team, at Science Park High School in Newark, NJ. The event was simulcasted live throughout the school, city, and state. Cultural Ambassador. In January 2012, United States Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton announced that Abdul-Jabbar had accepted a position as a cultural ambassador for the United States. During the announcement press conference, Abdul-Jabbar commented on the historical legacy of African Americans as representatives of U.S. culture. I remember when Louis Armstrong first did it back for President Kennedy, one of my heroes. So it's nice to be following in his footsteps. Personal life. Abdul-Jabbar met Habiba Abdul-Jabbar at a Lakers game during his senior year at UCLA. They eventually married and together had 3 children, daughters Habiba and Sultana and son Kareem Jr., who played college basketball at Western Kentucky after attending junior college. Abdul-Jabbar and Janice divorced in 1978. He has another son, Amir, with Cheryl Pistono. Another son, Adam, made an appearance on the TV sitcom Full House with him. Religion and name. Speaking about the thinking behind his change of name when he converted to Islam, he stated that he was latching on to something that was part of my heritage, because many of the slaves who were brought here were Muslims. My family was brought to America by a French planter named Alcindor, who came here from Trinidad in the 18th century. My people were Yoruba, and their culture survived slavery. And my father found out about that when I was a kid, and it gave me all I needed to know that, hey, I was somebody, even if nobody else knew about it. When I was a kid, no one would believe anything positive that you could say about black people. And that's a terrible burden on black people, because they don't have an accurate idea of their history, which has been either suppressed or distorted. In 1998, Abdul-Jabbar reached a settlement after suing Miami Dolphins running back Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because he felt Kareem was sponging off the name he made famous by having the Abdul-Jabbar moniker and number 33 on his Dolphins jersey. As a result, the younger Abdul-Jabbar had to change his jersey nameplate to simply Abdul while playing for the Dolphins. The football player had also been an athlete at UCLA. Health problems. Abdul-Jabbar suffers from migraines, and his use of cannabis to reduce the symptoms has had legal ramifications. In November 2009, Abdul-Jabbar announced that he was suffering from a form of leukemia, Philadelphia chromosome-positive chronic myeloid leukemia, a cancer of the blood and bone marrow. The disease was diagnosed in December 2008, but Abdul-Jabbar said his condition could be managed by taking oral medication daily, seeing his specialist every other month and getting his blood analyzed regularly. He expressed in a 2009 press conference that he did not believe that the illness would stop him from leading a normal life. Abdul-Jabbar became a spokesman for Novartis, the company that produces his cancer medication, Gleevec. In February 2011, Abdul-Jabbar announced via Twitter that his leukemia was gone and was 100% cancer-free. A few days later, he clarified his misstatement. "You're never really cancer-free and I should have known that," Abdul-Jabbar said. "My cancer right now is at an absolute minimum." Non-athletic honors, double helix medal, see also. NBA, list of National Basketball Association players with 1,000 games played, list of National Basketball Association career scoring leaders, list of National Basketball Association career rebounding leaders, list of National Basketball Association career assists leaders, list of National Basketball Association career blocks leaders, list of National Basketball Association career turnovers leaders, list of National Basketball Association career free throw scoring leaders, list of National Basketball Association career minutes played leaders, list of National Basketball Association career playoff scoring leaders, list of National Basketball Association career playoff rebounding leaders, list of National Basketball Association career playoff blocks leaders, list of National Basketball Association career playoff turnovers leaders, list of National Basketball Association career playoff free throw scoring leaders, list of National Basketball Association players with most rebounds in a game, list of National Basketball Association players with most blocks in a game, list of National Basketball Association season scoring leaders, list of National Basketball Association season rebounding leaders, list of National Basketball Association season blocks leaders, list of National Basketball Association season field goal percentage leaders, college, list of NCAA Division I men's basketball players with 60 or more points in a game, list of NCAA Division I men's basketball players with 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds, references. External links, official Kareem Abdul-Jabbar website, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's blog, career statistics and player information from NBA.com, or a basketball-reference.com, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at databasebasketball.com, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the Internet Movie Database, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at AllMovie, Kareem's complete bio at NBA.com, 1967 Euro 68 Oscar Robertson Trophy USBWA College Player of the Year, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Player File, Stats, Draft, NBA at 50, Wallpapers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar collected news and commentary at the New York Times, Haisler, Mark. Giants, the 25 greatest centers of all time. Chicago, Triumph Books. ISBN A1-57243-577-1 Sport Magazine, February 1976. Goodbye Schlitz, Hello Smog, Kareem Goes West Again, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Profile and Stats at LakersWeb.com, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, My Big UCLA Moment on YouTube, video, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Speaks About Coach John Wooden, video. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar gives the keynote address during the inauguration of UCLA Chancellor Gene D. Block.